Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. I have not done a get ready with me in quite some time, and I was actually just going to sit down and do a chit chat get ready with me, but then I was trying to decide what I wanted to put on my face today, and I have so many new makeup products. I almost had a full face of new makeup, so I thought it might be fun to do a full face of first impressions. Am I saying that right? I thought that would be fun today. So I have a new primer from What's Up Beauty. I have the new Too Faced Born This Way Soft Matte Foundation. I have the new Bare Mineral Concealer. I have the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Sun Setting Spray. Obviously, I have the new Natasha Denona I Need a Warm eyeshadow palette. And then I have a couple of things that have been lingering in my collection for a bit that I'm still kind of testing that I thought would be fun to also include. So I have the NARS Laguna Ultimate Face Palette. I have a couple of products from Flower Nose. I have their blush and highlighter. I have a new To Me mascara from e.l.f. We've got a ton today. I've got some new brow products from Glossier that they sent over. So if you guys are interested in a full face of first impressions, this makeup look right here, stay tuned. For if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content, palette themed content, or just chit chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. Good morning, you guys. I am so excited to be doing a get ready with me, and I originally was just going to do like a get ready with me using whatever makeup, but then I realized I had so many new products and almost a full face of new makeup, so I'm very excited to try a bunch of these with you today. I'm gonna oh my gosh, I'm gonna start out by just ice rolling a little bit just to maybe help with the morning puffies. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I always forget how cold this is. I'm literally obsessed with this ice roller though. I love it. It is the Skinny Confidential ice roller. It is huge, but it is so easy to use. And I just absolutely love it. I could roll for much longer, but you guys are probably like, girl, let's get it started. I already had my energy for the drink for the day, and I was gonna then have a coffee, and I was like, girl, we've had no water yet. Okay, you guys, normally I start out by doing my eyes. Like, I always do my eyes first, but I think today I'm gonna change it up and I'm gonna start with my face. And I have so many new products for my face, but let's start with the primer that I'm gonna be using today. This is from What's Up Beauty. They sent this over to me. This is their Post-tivity Lightweight Hydrating Face Primer. I have used this a couple of times, and I will say I do like it. It feels really nice and hydrating on the skin, but it does have a little bit of a tack to it as well. Also, the interesting thing with today's video is going to be that all I have in front of me is like a little cart. Ooh, I put way too much on my forehead. That's what happens when you don't really have a mirror in front of you. All right, cool. We will just be very, very hydrated. Oh, that feels really nice though. Just feels almost like a lightweight gel-like moisturizer, and I really like it. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for like just a minute just because I put so much on. We're gonna let that settle a bit, and I also need to like wet my beauty sponges. By the way, if you're hearing something in the background, my dishwasher is currently going, and I was gonna stop it, but like I really need clean dishes. So if you do, hopefully it's not too loud. Also zoomed you guys in a little bit. I got the Ulla Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Treatment in Creme Brulee, their newest shade. I definitely wanted this. This is one of my favorite products, I think, of the entire year. And I have the shade Dolce de Leche, which is a really, really beautiful brown shade. It's gonna be literally so perfect for the fall. But I want to get Creme Brulee because I am kicking myself for not getting blood orange, and I don't believe that this is going to be a limited edition. But I thought this would just be a beautiful nude, and it just feels so nourishing on the lips. I do have a different lip product that we'll be using at the end, but I figured my lips are really dry, so we can let them marinate in hydration, hopefully, while we do the rest of the face. Okay. I do always lay my concealer down before my foundation. That's just the way that I like to do it. So for concealer, Bare Minerals actually sent over 3 of their new Bare Pro 16-hour wear concealers. One of the shades was definitely way too dark for me, so I have just the 2 right here. I have the shade Fair Cool 150 and then Fair 100 Cool. I do have like a decent tan for me going on, and it's actually not fake tan. So I think I'm gonna go with Fair 150 Cool. And I haven't tried this yet. I will say the packaging is like really weighted. Like this feels like a luxe product. That is what the doe foot looks like. It's definitely a like larger doe foot. I don't think quite as large as like the Shape Tape concealer from Tarte, but definitely larger than your average doe foot. So I always just pop a little bit on the inner and outer corners of my eyes, especially to start, just because I don't want to get like, don't want to have like too much concealer going on. And I already feel like I did way too much on that outer corner. Maybe I'll do a little bit more here just to even it out. For my concealer brush today, Alter Ego also sent over, they have like a new brush bundle, and I'm going to be using their 101 brush, which has this like flat kind of tapered edge to it. I have been using this since they sent it, and I actually really do like this brush quite a bit. I like the way that it blends my concealer out. I do always end up going like over top with a sponge, but that's just like, I do that really no matter which concealer brush I use. I just am weird like that. Okay, I have to show you guys these sponges really quick. My daughter is literally obsessed with Stitch, and Spectrum recently came out with, by the way, I will be blending this up more. They came out with like an angel sponge set. So there are 3 sponges in it. I have 2 of them right here. This is so big. This is such a big sponge. I don't think I've ever used a sponge this big. I did get these for Zoe, but I will also be using them for myself. I just picked them up at Ulta. I saw them and I was like, okay, I can't not get these. That would be like doing a disservice to not only like Stitch and Angel, but my daughter as well. Which, speaking of, we just got back from Chicago, which was so much fun. We're gonna do an annual girls trip there, and we went because Zoe really wanted to go to the Minusu store, and then we were like, okay, we need to make this like an annual mother-daughter trip. Okay, the concealer, I believe, okay, I think the concealer has, where did I just put that? Yeah, it has SPF 25 in it, and I just saw Kelly Gooch talking about this. I was literally watching one of her videos right before turning the camera on, and she was saying like there wasn't necessarily a need for the SPF because like it's just gonna create a white cast like if there is flash photography happening. And right now, and it could be maybe the shade just isn't perfect for me, maybe I should grab that like darker shade, but I do feel like it just looks a little bit light underneath my eyes. Doesn't offer like the most coverage, and in fact I feel like I don't necessarily feel like my under eyes look dry, but I feel like it looks like they will be dry later. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, it's my first time testing that out, so who's to know. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born to Glow, or Born This Way Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. I used to be such a fan of the Too Faced like Born This Way foundation that came in the glass jar. I went through like 3 bottles of that, so I was really interested when I saw this came out, and I thought I would give it a try. I'm not always like a soft matte girly, but I can't remember who I saw trying this, and they said like it gave like a almost like satin matte skin like finish, which is something that I love. And if it's more long lasting, because it does have that soft matte finish to it, that would be perfect, especially for like work. This has, it says 24-hour wear, and it does have hyaluronic acid in it. So I have the shade Nude. I was like thinking back to my Too Faced Born This Ways, and I never feel like I got the right shade. So I tried to go a little bit, maybe deeper than I typically would on the website. So I'm hoping Nude will work for me. Let me see, I'm gonna pump it out onto the back of my hand. Okay, that actually does look like it could work for me. And so for this, the way that I've been doing my foundation lately is I start by using a brush, and then I also go over top with a beauty sponge. Oh yeah, I'm literally using my viewfinder as a mirror right now. Let's get a mirror stuff. Okay, right off the bat, I feel like this is like pretty thin in texture as it blends out, and it doesn't look, and I know it's not like completely like pounced out or dried down, but it does look almost like it does have still like skin like glow coming through. Okay, the sponge definitely does cover a lot of surface area, being as big as it is. I would love to know in the comments below how your guys' summer was. I know I have been so bad about, like, I've never been the best at replying to comments, and part of that is because especially the last like 3 years have been like so, like my actual life has been so stressful. I have this like anxiety or fear in me that I would read like one mean comment and then like it would literally like just cause my anxiety to like go haywire, which my anxiety was already just so bad. So I've never been like the best at replying to comments, but this summer I know I've been absolutely awful, and I want to apologize, you guys. Definitely as we get into the fall winter months, when I'm inside more, and just like taking more time, not spending every moment trying to like do activities, I do want to be better at like replying to you guys. But I appreciate your continued support, even though I'm the literal worst at replying. And trust me, this also goes into my real life. Like my mom sometimes will be like, Steph, like I texted you 3 days ago, can I like just get like a one-word reply to like know you're alive? But this summer I wanted to really make it a point to like do as many activities as possible and literally just spend as much time outside as possible, just like feeding my soul with things that like make me happy. So I maybe haven't put as much into my YouTube, not to say that YouTube doesn't make me happy, but I think sometimes like I will put so much into YouTube and like think I can't do other things because like I always have to be doing something for YouTube, like outside of my actual job. And I really just wanted to not do that. And I'm proud of myself for actually doing that this summer. And I had such a good summer. So I would love to know, did you guys have a good summer? What were some of your highlights? Like I said, we just got back from Chicago. That was so much fun. We went to Okoboji this year. I went up north to a cabin for a week, which was so much fun. And summer is over. I'm literally filming this on August 31st. So in my opinion, summer is over tomorrow, which makes me so sad. But I still have a day of, well, and even past the 31st, I have like a couple days of patio drinking left in me. But I'm so excited for fall because football season, the start to football season, or like actual games, not pre-games, is literally less than a week away. So there's so many fun fall things to look forward to. I love summer and fall are my favorite seasons. So it's nice that I get to transition out of one of my favorite seasons into another favorite season. Okay, I think I've probably overblended that. I don't think I'm absolutely in love with the concealer because my under eyes I'm just not loving, but I actually really like the way currently that foundation is sitting on my face. It looks really thin. I feel like sometimes with matte too, I feel like it's just gonna look heavier, but I actually feel like it looks really thin on my skin, and I do feel like there's this like kind of soft glow coming from it as well. Again, I don't know if that will like maintain throughout the day, but I'm just surprised with how thin that is. It does not feel like, it doesn't even feel like I have foundation on my skin, so that is wonderful. I also do recognize it might not be the smartest thing ever to be trying a new primer, foundation, and concealer all at once, but I figured, you know, it's not gonna hurt anyone. And I'll continue to test these products and I'll come back and share like final thoughts later. I don't have a new powder today, so I'm literally just gonna use my Givenchy Prism Libre powder for underneath the eyes, which I also heard they've reformulated this powder, which honestly makes me so sad and so nervous to try the reformulated version because there's truly nothing wrong with the original, and I love this. Is like my most favorite under eye setting powder of all time, so I'm kind of concerned to try whatever else they've released. I'm also gonna take this just down my nose just because I get so my nose always just wears off right away. We're gonna see how it all comes together. I feel, obviously, like that is a very mattifying powder, so it's kind of taken away the slight bit of radiance that was happening underneath the eyes. Of course, now my fan's turning on. I also feel like some of the like glow that I feel like I was getting from the foundation is now possibly going away, but that's okay. Okay, for powder today, this is not a new powder to me. This is the Kosas Feathery powder in the shade Cloud Set. Sorry, this is the Kosas Cloud Set powder in the shade Feathery. I've actually gone through a full Kosas Cloud Set powder in the past and repurchased it because I like it so much. And this is just a really nice, lightweight, kind of airy powder that I don't feel like is gonna be like too heavy with that foundation. Also, I could have probably like not used an all over face powder just to kind of see like how that foundation wears not set with the powder, especially because I have more dry skin. And I'm not like super concerned about like, well, I guess I am concerned about my foundation wearing off. I do still always like to set with the powder. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but that is not a new powder. Okay, I am going to just mist my face a little bit. Right now I have the e.l.f. Dewy Skin Setting Spray, like the blue one, the Power Grip Dewy Spray, in my Peach and Lily bottle because I like the Peach and Lily better. And I had completed my Peach and Lily, and so I just dumped the e.l.f. one in here. I'm just gonna put that on just to kind of add a little bit of life back to the skin, add a little bit of hydration back, and then we will go in with bronzer. Okay, the newest bronzer that I have in my collection is the one out of my NARS Laguna Ultimate Face Palette. I will say it's the collector's mentality in me that like felt I needed to buy this palette. And I do love the NARS eyeshadows, but the 4 eyeshadows on top are like rosy and like a gold. So I'm like, probably didn't need this. And then it's 2 Lagunas, and I honestly feel like both of these look kind of deep. And then a highlight, like I definitely did not need to purchase this, but alas I did. This is something I could see myself potentially decluttering in the future, but I am gonna go in with this. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm gonna put highlighter on first. I've been trying to like do my makeup in a different order, and I've been liking doing my highlighter before I go in with blush or bronzer. So for my highlight, I'm gonna go in with this one from Flower Nose. This is from the Little Angel collection, and this is in the shade L2 Paradise Lost. How beautiful is this packaging? This is what the actual highlight looks like. My only complaint about the packaging is it is quite bulky, but I actually have been using this highlight for a bit now, and I think it's really, really beautiful. It's a nice like baked formula, and I feel like it just gives this really, really, really beautiful glow to the cheeks. I'm definitely interested in potentially checking out more from Flower Nose. I was like excited to try the brand, but a little bit hesitant just because like, you know, you never know. But so far I actually have been really impressed. The blushes that I have are all matte blushes, but I would be interested in trying some of their like glowier blushes, which I've seen look really beautiful. All right, and then I'm just gonna take this bronzer, which another complaint I have is just sometimes it's like really hard to get, oh boy, sometimes it's really hard to get this brush like just in that smaller pan, which I mean, it is what it is. I do actually like face palettes. I've told you guys I've been getting way more into face palettes the last like basically 2 years now. Uh oh, my camera's gonna die. But sometimes it is annoying when you like literally can't fit your brush in. Okay, I feel like I'm looking very orange, and it's like definitely heavier on this. Definitely heavier over on the other side, so I'm just gonna try and maybe match the two. Oh my gosh, we're looking a little crazy. Oh well, it'll all hopefully come together, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, and that's okay too. I'm really excited. After I film this, I'm going to film a fall reset, and I'm going to like decorate my desk behind me with, I have 4 bags. Well, one of the bags is Bath and Body Works, and then I also have a Bath and Body Works fall candles. But I have just like a fall haul, a bunch of fall decor, some from last year, but also some from this year. There's some really cute fall decor at in the Target like dollar section right now. Really cute. So I'm gonna decorate my desk and just like my like large counter. I'm gonna decorate my whole living room fall. And I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. We're gonna do a fall reset, and I'm very excited for that. I think that video will come after this one, but I'm so excited to decorate for the fall. I feel like fall decor is my absolute favorite. I'm excited to like change up my desk a little bit and just to like start to set the mood for fall. Beginning of August, I like wasn't ready for fall, but I am ready for fall now. I'm kind of excited for my daughter to start school and to like just get back into like a routine again. You guys will have to let me know if you are excited for fall. What is your favorite season? Let me know. Fall used to be my favorite season, but it's definitely summer now, and then fall. Okay, for blush today, I'm gonna go in with the Flower Nose Midsummer Fairy Tale Collection brush. And can I speak? Midsummer Fairy Collection blush. And this is in Ballet Fairy. And I'm gonna take this brush from Alter Ego. This is the 102. I have not yet tried this brush. I'm like, is this for blush? I feel like it's like shaped like a blush brush I would use. But it's a little bit like denser than I guess I would typically go for in a blush brush. As you can see, this blush, it's this really beautiful kind of neutral pink. I just feel like it's a really beautiful like neutral blush, but like pink leaning rather than like nude leaning. I don't know that I love this blush, or sorry, this brush for application. I might have to switch brushes here. I just don't feel like it like when I want to like go like this, like I don't feel like it drags like I want a blush brush to. I'm also still using the viewfinder. Okay, we're looking a little bit like we're all blush over on this cheek and no bronzer now. Whatever, we're just rolling with it. We're just having fun with makeup today, but that kind of looks like Neapolitan ice cream. I don't know that I'm loving I don't know that I feel like I do not want that NARS face palette. I feel like that's gonna be an end of year declutter personally. That has not been a favorite thus far. Should I I feel like maybe I should do a little bronzer down here. All right, that's gonna have to be good enough for now. I think maybe I'll do brows next. I'm just gonna put my brows on really quick. Oh no, I'm actually not. Well, I am, but I got new brow products from Glossier. I was gonna go right in with my Danessa Myricks, but I totally forgot I wanted to use the Glossier products. I literally feel so full. I do not know how I got on the Glossier PR list, but like they're so generous with their packages, and I like literally feel so grateful and so lucky. But they sent over literally like their entire new collection of Glossier Boy Brow Arches. So I have like every shade, and then they also sent over the dark, like it almost looked like a cigarette box, and it was filled with all of their Boy Brow like tinted brow gels. So I literally have every shade in that as well. I couldn't believe it, honestly. But anyway, I am just gonna use this for my, oh shoot. The one thing I will say is I've had to be really careful with how much I like twist the brow arch up, because I have had twice now the product kind of break on me if I'm not careful, and I just am not that careful typically when I'm using a brow pencil. But this is really interesting. I like the way that this is shaped. I don't know if you'll even be able to see. It has this like angle to it, but it is still a really, really thin pencil. I don't know, it's a shape unlike any other brow product I personally have used. Do not judge the way that I do my brows, please. I am not a brow expert, and I'm okay with that. Okay, this is what happens when I try and do my brows while I'm filming. We're looking like we are long lost relatives. We are not sisters today when it comes to the brows, but we're just gonna roll with it. I do always like to just lay a brow glue down before I go in with the tinted brow gel. That's just the way I've always done it, and it works for me. Which I don't know if I mentioned, but the shade for the brow arch that I used today was in Warm Brown. I do kind of have like, well, I don't kind of, I have red hair right now. It's like reddish brown. I don't know if like you can see the red coming through on camera, but it is definitely a warm red. But for the Boy Brow, I have dark brown for my shade of the Boy Brow Tinted Brow Gel. Perfect enough for me. Not perfect, but okay, we're gonna move on to the eyes next. I'm really, really excited. I had so many new eyeshadow palettes that I could choose from, but we had to go with the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm eyeshadow palette. I am truly so excited about this. First of all, this packaging is actually just so beautiful. I like this even more than the I Need a Nude. It's this really beautiful kind of rose gold outer packaging. And then this is what the palette looks like on the inside. Hopefully you can see. I can't see in the viewfinder right now. This actually looks so beautiful. The shade Phenomena up here is like this beautiful like red, almost, yeah, red to green flip, so like a duochrome, which we love to see. We love to see a little bit of variety in palettes. The shade Push looks like this really beautiful kind of rose gold sort of shade, and then Dynamism looks like this really beautiful kind of satin taupe with like, it's almost like, does it have a little bit of green in there? The shade Homey, it looks, oh my god, like all of the shimmers look so beautiful. And I like that it's like we do have warm mattes, but then we also kind of have these like neutral mattes as well, but not like cool leaning. I feel like this could quickly become my favorite, at least Natasha Denona midi palette. So I'm so excited. I don't know what I even want to do for today's look. Oh, I forgot. I need to first, before we get into any of that, I need to prime my eyes. So I'm going to use my NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to paint this on. This is my current favorite eyeshadow base. This is the second tube of this that I'm using. I kind of, after I finish this, kind of want to try the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion again. But I also really want to try the one from Sigma that everybody talks about. I believe those are tinted, and I always like paint it on and then just like tap it out with my eye. I feel like I didn't wait long enough for that to set. I wish I waited like a little bit longer, just because sometimes this can be a little bit smudgy at first. Like it's a little, I almost said loose, that's not the right word, slippy. It's a little wet and slippery. How gross is that? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I do just really like that blush. I feel like it's just like so fresh. Like it's nothing too pigmented. It just like gives this like pinched effect, and it's just kind of fresh. I do not think I like the way that my under eyes are looking. Okay, does this one have a lid setting shade? Possibly Mellow. That could be like a little bit deep, but let's see. I feel like this one, yeah, it's a little bit deeper than I would go for a lid setting shade. Do you see? Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit on this lid just to even it out, but then I'm gonna go in just with, honestly, I might just go in with my Kosas powder just because it's in front of me right now. And I'll use that to just set that eyeshadow base. I personally am someone who likes to set my eyeshadow primer. I know everybody's different, but this is just how I do it. What are we gonna do for the look today? I think I definitely want to do something leaning more warm rather than cool. So I think I'm going to use like at least these two mattes. And I'm going to start out maybe by using Fervor right here, which is this shade right there. And I'm going to just kind of blow that out in the crease. Oh, and I forgot. Typically I do my eyes first so I don't have to worry about like fallout. I definitely didn't even like tap my brush off. Fallout wasn't even a thought in my mind when I first went in with the shade, but luckily this one doesn't have, at least I don't have fallout on my face right now. That is a really beautiful shade though, like a really beautiful kind of mid-toned warm brown. I would love to know also in the comments below, what content are you guys looking to see from me? I want all the content ideas. I am gonna do my best to post as many days as possible from now until the end of the year. I really was wanting to post every single day in September, which I don't want to put that out there right now just because I did not plan for that well at all. And I was home only like half of August. So like I'm not prepped at all for that. And I don't want to like make myself super stressed out, but it's something that I would love to do. I definitely, like I just want to post as many days as possible, but I also don't want it to be like just like boring repetitive content. So let me know what other content you would like to see from me. I know I need to finish before the end of the year my palette battle series. Like girl, epic fail on like getting that completed. So I know I need to finish that. I also do really want to do more get ready with me's, especially now that I feel like mentally I'm in, I don't want to say a more stable place because I don't feel like I was unstable, but I was just so high anxiety for the last 3 years as I was going through the divorce process, and I have so many things that like I really do want to talk about. So I do want to do more get ready with me's. So if there's any like topics you'd like to like talk about in a get ready with me, also please do let me know. Let's see, I'm gonna take then the shade Ripe up here, and I'm gonna just try and bring that, like I'm gonna try and bring that all up my lid. I'm probably gonna end up adding a little bit more of that Fervor shade just because I want a little bit more drama today. And also like I really, you guys, I struggle so much with like my eye shape and just like getting a look that I am happy with. But those two I will say are blending so beautifully together. Yeah, like like that is very easy to blend, and like they're seamlessly blending together in my opinion. Okay, I think next I'm gonna take, I do want to take a little bit of a deeper shade. I'm gonna take a little bit of Flashover. This looks to be a cream to matte, which sometimes works for me and sometimes doesn't. It is definitely one of the cream to mattes. And I'm just gonna tap that onto the outer third of my eye just to add, getting a little bit of fallout with that. Can I brush it away? There we go. I just want to add like a little bit more depth to this, a little bit more drama. It is the weekend, so like we gotta have a little fun with our makeup, right? And it's still overall gonna be like a neutral look. Okay, I like the way that this cream to matte is going onto the eyes. And the one thing that I feel like is nice when the cream to matte does work for me is it kind of just like plops the color in place. And I don't get as much like, it's not as scary to blend out some of the deeper shades when they're the cream to matte powder formula, because they just don't like move as much. I don't know if that makes any sense at all or if I'm just like actually crazy. Okay, I do like the way that that is all coming together. Yeah, I'm not getting like any sort of muddying up or anything. Gosh, this is so beautiful. Okay, we will like clean it all up at some point. That's why I like to do my eyes first. Oh, I will say, you guys, I do feel like my skin is looking drier as we kind of go along, and I do not think that I'm liking my under eyes personally at all. I did kind of want to know, maybe it's this way with all Natasha palettes and I just haven't noticed it, but I do kind of like that. I feel like you can just like follow the rows for a really easy look that's gonna look great together, and then you kind of just have like 2 additional rows of shimmers. I think like I really like the way that this palette is laid out as well. Okay, for me, I always like to lay down a glitter glue on my lids as well before going in with my like metallics on my lid. So I just have the NYX glitter glue here that I'm using. This is like a tried and true favorite. Obviously nothing new. I've gone through multiple jars. I don't know why lately I've been liking to like paint it on with a brush rather than using my actual just finger. I don't know why I've been into this method of application. Okay, we've got the glitter glue down. Okay, what do I want to do? I kind of want to use, like I really want to use Dynamism and Push and Phenomena. Like I want to use all of them, but also, okay, what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go in with Phenomena all over the lid, and then I think I'm going to put Push on like the inner half of my lid on top of Phenomena. So we're going to start with Phenomena, this really beautiful shifty shade. And I'm gonna put that all over my lid. Okay, that's applying fine with a brush, but I honestly feel like this one might be better with a finger. We're gonna try that. Yep, much better with a finger. Definitely a little bit bolder than I would go for like a work day. So I'm glad that there's no work today. Oh, that shade feels so creamy to the touch. Okay, that is so pretty. For like just a beautiful like honestly like fall, like I'm thinking of like you're in a sunflower field and it's like the end of the day in the fall and the sun is just like creating a really beautiful sunset and you have these like really beautiful fiery eyes. Why do I always have to like create a scenario with my makeup and perfume? Okay, now that I have that all over the lid, I'm gonna take Do I want to take push or snug? So hard to choose. Push might be a little, yeah, I'm gonna take push. I'm gonna take push right here, and I'm gonna see how this applies with the brush first. I feel like this is another one that might be better. Yeah, finger it is. And I'm just gonna apply that over top of Phenomena on just like the inner like third of my eye, just to lighten it up a little bit towards the front. Okay, wow, I think that is so pretty. And then same thing on the other lid. I like the way that those two layer on one another as well. I think that's so pretty. Okay, don't really have any new eyeliners. So on my waterline, I'm gonna go in with the Moni Waterproof Pencil Gel Liner. I don't know what shade this is. I don't know what the shade is called, but it's like this really deep brown. I also feel like it would have been really pretty to do like a white. I need to get like the Tarte white eyeliner. I feel like I really need to get that to have like a stark white. Not that I don't have other white eyeliners, but the other white eyeliners I have, I swear, are like jumbo. But I want to do something dark in the waterline today, and I actually am going to take a liquid black liner on my upper lash line. I tried tightlining today as well. I could really screw things up. This is just the Hindash liquid liner. I really like this liquid liner because it is so thin and just really easy to use in my opinion. Okay, for the inner corner, to get some use out of additional shades in here, I am gonna go in, I'm like, do I want to go in with Elm or Fancy? I think I'm gonna go in with Elm right here. Yeah, I really do not like the way that my under eyes are looking. I will say that right now. Okay, Elm is a really beautiful kind of like yellow champagne gold shade. I do really like that on the inner corner. I think that's very pretty. And then for the lower lash line, I think I'm just gonna go in with a mix of Fervor and Ripe. Mix those two together and just smudge out the lower lash line. Okay, there we go. Then my mascara, do I have? Oh yeah, I have the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. Newer one from e.l.f., maybe not. I again somehow made it to work without mascara, and so I had to run to the Walgreens across the street, and I wanted to try this one. I believe this is e.l.f.'s dupe to, I thought it was the dupe to like the Benefit Roller Lash. I could be very wrong about that. I only have worn this the one day to work and maybe one other time, and it doesn't stand out as like the most amazing thing ever for me, but it definitely, like, I mean, it got me through that day at work. Like, I had lashes at least to some degree. I do feel like it does a nice job of like lengthening the lash, and it does add like a decent amount of volume. Like, there is one coat right there. I do want a little bit more up front. Just for like a little extra volume, I am gonna layer it, as I always do. I always layer my mascaras. I'm gonna layer it with the Rare Beauty mascara just to add a little bit more volume. Yes, I like that. There are the eyes. I really like the way that the eyes came out. I feel like I said, this could quickly become my favorite Natasha palette because it has a mixture of like neutrals that aren't too cool and then warm tones, and I just feel like this is such a fun fall look too. And I feel like it's a perfect like transitioning from summer to fall because it still is giving like spicy warm, right? Okay, you guys, we're gonna end with lips. And when I tell you, like, I pooped my pants a little bit when I saw this, like, I think I actually might have pooped my pants a little bit. I had such a bad day at work, and so I went to our like mailroom, and you always get an alert when you have a package, but I had gotten like my daughter's backpack had been delivered that day, and I was expecting that. So I went into the mailroom and I was like, you have 2 packages. And I was like, 2 packages. What did I order that I forgot about? And then I look up and there's this huge box, and I can see on the outside it says Lawless Beauty, and I like definitely squealed a little bit. I have gotten a few things from Lawless, but I definitely don't get everything. And I was really hoping that I was gonna get her new Lawless Forget the Filler shades, which I didn't, and I was kind of bummed about that. That's okay, I'll buy them myself. So like I truly had no idea what this could be, but I thought maybe whatever was in the box was gonna be those 2 new shades. And then I was like, but this is like such a big box. So I open it up to find that I have the entire range. I don't know if she reformulated these, but of the new, oh, they're new, Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Satin Cream Lipsticks, which I've definitely had my eye on a couple of shades. Then I have, there's a Rosy Outlook, which is like the original, like kind of clear Forget the Filler lip gloss, which I have emptied, so I'm very happy to have that back in my life. And then also the entire range of her lip liners, which I've definitely thought about purchasing in the past. So I was just like, I was so excited. I don't know if it will be up yet, but I do plan to do like a swatching every single shade video. Hopefully a short, but I don't know if I could like actually fit it into a short. It'll for sure be on my Instagram, so check that out if you're interested in seeing all of the shades swatched. But we're gonna use some of this today. What do I want to do for my lip? I feel like okay, I don't know why this like Morocco shade is kind of speaking to me. I don't really want to do, okay, hold on, there's Morocco. Okay, so we have Morocco, Tropic, and then Soft Truffle. Oh my gosh, Soft Truffle is like reminding me of Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I think I'm actually gonna go with a deeper shade, and I'm gonna try Morocco. And then with Morocco, I'm gonna go with the lip liner that I wanted to use, which is Nude Honey. So, one problem I have is when I have any like lip products still on my lips, I feel like I really struggle with my lip products laying well. And I do still have like a little bit of that Ulla Henriksen lip product on my lip. Okay, there is Nude Truffle. I feel like that's really pretty. It's honestly even like a little bit deeper than I had anticipated that it would be. And then I'm gonna go in with the cream lipstick in the shade Morocco, which I'm a little bit nervous about because it's definitely deeper than I typically go. Oh, but I feel like those two shades go well together. I personally also love a cream lipstick over a matte just because it's more comfortable, but I do know you have to reapply more frequently. Okay, there is the lip. I actually feel like I do really like the lip and the eyes. I'm like, maybe the cheeks I could have gone. I feel like the blush that I have on is like a little bit more of like a cool tone blush. The one thing I'm thinking that would also make this look really beautiful would be like the Bare Minerals bronzer. For me, in Kiss of Copper, I think would look so pretty, but we're not going to do that right now. This is going to be the completed look. Oh, except for I do have one more new product. So I picked this one up from I picked this one up from e.l.f. It is the Sun Touchable All Set for Sun 40 Broad Spectrum 45 sunscreen. So I have the vacation one, which I really like, and I think that's like $20 or $24. And I saw that e.l.f. has SPF setting spray as well, so I kind of wanted to give this a try. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna close my mouth in case it tastes like sunscreen. It definitely has kind of like a bug spray sort of scent. It does not have the scent, the vacation scent, which is why I love the vacation one. But I will say, I feel like maybe this one sets a little bit better than the vacation one. I don't necessarily think this is something I'm gonna be using much in the near future, just because it's literally the last day of summer. That's okay. I just kind of wanted to give it a try, and I like to have a setting spray like this because I mentioned this before, like if I forget to do sunscreen or if I have like a full day of patio drinking. I talk about patio drinking so much. I promise I really don't patio drink that much, but the thought of just sitting on a patio with the sweltering sun and like a spicy margarita just like makes my soul happy. But if you're like gonna be out and about all day and you want to reapply your sunscreen but you have a full face of makeup, this is an easy way to do it in my opinion. I'm not getting like any sort of like burning, except for maybe on my lips. Like, is it the sunscreen? But not like my eyes or anything like that. So again, a lot of these products I'm just using for the first time today, so I'll have to come back and give you my final thoughts and impressions. But this is going to be today's final look. I'm not gonna straighten my hair today. I almost straightened my hair, but then it's the last day of summer. We gotta go swimming as much as we can. And I'm like, it doesn't work. It's not worth it to damage my hair to then like have to like wash it again and then straighten it again tomorrow. Anyway, this is today's final look. We can really quick run through all of the products. So let's start with the What's Up Beauty Primer. I have used this, I think 3 or 4 times at this point. I am really enjoying it. It again feels like a lightweight kind of gel moisturizer on the face. And I feel like it has a bit of a grip to it. I don't necessarily know that this will become like an all-time favorite or a staple in my collection, just because typically I'm someone who's looking for either something that's smoothing my skin, or it has a grip or like a significant tack to it, like the e.l.f. Jelly Pop. I can get my moisturization out of my moisturizer, but this does feel really nice on the skin. And if you're someone who likes a moisturizing primer, this might be something to check out. Okay, then we have the concealer, this is my first day using the concealer, but right off the bat, I will say I don't feel like I'm totally loving my under eyes. Although now that I've like set with the spray, I will say they're not looking quite as bad as I thought they were. They just looked like they were gonna like dry and shrivel up. Like they looked like they were gonna age 20 years throughout the day, and we won't know until later. And like I said, I am planning to swim later today. I probably will only have this makeup on for 3 to 4 hours. So I'll have to continue to keep testing this and let you guys know more. All right, then it is my first time testing the Too Faced Born This Way Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. And I will say I really liked it in the beginning. I do feel, oh, now that I've like sprayed my face, it's not looking quite as, like I feel like it was starting to already look a little bit dry, but set with a little bit of spray, I'm like, okay, maybe we're doing a little bit better. Again, I'll have to keep testing this out. I'll have to wear it for a full like work day and kind of see if it wears off, if it really starts to like dry me out. So more to come on that. Like I said, bronzer and like this face palette in general, I just don't think this is going to turn into a favorite. This is not going to turn into a favorite or a staple. This is something I could see myself decluttering at the end of the year, because I'm just not super impressed with this face palette. I definitely didn't need this one. The Flower Nose blush I've been testing for a bit now. Like I feel like I've worn this at least 6 or 7 times at this point, and I think this is a beautiful blush. It is a matte formula, and I sometimes do like a little bit more of a glow to the cheeks, but I could always top it with like the Nabla Skin Glazing blushes for just like a more cool toned neutral pink blush. I think it's really pretty. Again, pretty packaging, it's bulky, but I actually have been really impressed with that. And then same thing goes for the highlighter. I have been testing this one for a bit now too. I think I've worn this at least 6, 7, 8 times. And I do really like this one because I feel like it gives kind of like a lit from within sort of a glow. It kind of just looks like wet skin, but it doesn't look like powder sitting on my skin. I really like this highlighter from Flower Nose. The palette I am super happy with off of my first look, and as I've said multiple times throughout this video, I absolutely could see this becoming a favorite, most used palette in my collection, just because it has like literally every matte I feel like I could need. We have warm, neutral, and cool, and I feel like there's definitely some variety amongst the shimmer shades that make this palette not like your everyday boring, like just neutral everyday palette. And I'm really happy with the way that the eye look came out today. For the brows, I have used the Glossier Boy Brow before. This actually used to be my favorite tinted brow gel, and I do really like having it back in my collection. I like that it is a little bit more pigmented, and I have definitely worn this on days where I don't have anything else in my brows except for a brow glue and this, and it works really well. Like there's enough tint to it that I feel like it works that way as well. So I'm so happy to have this. This is something I would recommend. Again, it used to be my staple favorite. I have tried other things, but I'm very happy to have that back in my life. And then for the Boy Arch, I like this. My only complaint with this one, okay, I really like the shape of this. I like this might be my favorite shaped. Still, I don't know that you can like necessarily see. Okay, can we see the shape? Can we see the shape? I really like the shape. I just have had this like break on me a few times, so I don't know if like the product is just a little bit drier and you have to be a little bit more careful, but it's definitely something to note, because I know sometimes brow pencils, we go through them really quickly, they're expensive, so we definitely don't want to be losing product because the product is like breaking. I also maybe am just a little bit rough on it, but I really like the shape of this. I like how thin it is, so as long as you're careful with it, this is a product I would also recommend. The e.l.f. Roller Lash, okay, for an affordable lash mascara, I actually really like this, especially for the bottom lashes. Like I really feel like it makes my bottom lashes look really long and separated. It is not going to be my most favorite standalone mascara for the top lashes. Like I don't feel like I get quite enough volume out of this, but for length. I really enjoyed this. I think it's a good one, and it's drugstore, so we love that. All right, and then finally for the lip products, obviously kind of like a little too soon to tell. I will say I like the way that the lip pencil glided on. It was really easy to put on my lips. We'll see how long lasting it is. And then I also think that the lipstick is really comfortable. I actually feel like this is one that I don't necessarily feel like I need to worry about it slipping all over my face, getting into my teeth, because so far I haven't experienced that, but only time will tell. It is really, really comfortable, but I don't know how long lasting it will be because it is, you know, a cream satin formula. But I think the shade is really beautiful. I'm like, I think I didn't do the best job applying, but I think the shade is really beautiful. I like it for like a deeper, like mid-tone shade, kind of for the fall. But again, only time will tell on the actual quality and performance. But right off the bat, I do really enjoy it. And then again, for the e.l.f. Sun Towel, who's to know? We'll see if I get burnt out there today, but I likely will take my makeup off anyway. Maybe I'll take my makeup off. I will still use an SPF, but maybe I'll spray this on as well before, at least on my face, before going down to the pool, and we'll see what kind of sun protection we get today. I don't get any sort of burning, and I feel like this has truly set on my face. Like sometimes the vacation one, I feel like can creep into my eyes just a little bit. I still love that one, but this one I have not noticed, except for my lips, any sort of like burning sort of sensation. So seems good off first impression. But after that, you guys, that is going to wrap up and conclude today's get ready with me testing out a bunch of new makeup. I would love to know in the comments below if you picked up any of these items, or what your most favorite new item to your collection is, or maybe you haven't bought any new makeup lately. What is your most current favorite? Let a girl know in the comments below. Other than that, thanks so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting me and my channel, as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.